What up, y'all? I'm TeeLarge.
Hey, y'all. I'm Ashley.
And this is Small Talkin with the Larges. Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Are you gonna make it? You like? Do you need a last second sip every time? Like right as the show is rolling? I feel like you need to rearrange because you be real like you still got juice in your mouth.
Hold it too long?
Yeah. You're doing something wrong. You're not timing the energy right.
Okay, you're right. I am usually a little bit delayed.
Yeah, episode 5. I am a professional YouTuber, podcast host. I'm essentially like in my mind after episode 7, I'll probably go to like CNN or MSNBC.
So you're gonna be like the social media reporter.
No. I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be Bryant Gumbel.
Oh.
Yeah.
TeeLarge.
Oh.
Okay. That's big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Promotion. You got to speak it. You got to speak it.
You got to put it out into existence.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, no one else will.
No one else is going to because it's not even a goal of mine. I'm just being silly.
I know.
How are you? We're at episode 5.
Yes.
How have you been? It's been a few days. It's been since we last had an episode, or like we kind of our recording schedule is off.
Yeah, we got.
So how are you?
I'm good. I'm actually good.
Okay.
The weather has been like phenomenal.
Okay.
The past couple of days. It's been warm. It's been sunny.
Yep.
It's just been all the things that I like.
Okay.
Spring, summer. That's my type of weather. So it's been very springish the last couple of days. So I'm in a good mood compared to last week's hurricane that came through here.
It was crazy.
So yeah, I'm good.
Now, when you say hurricane that came through here,
yeah.
Are you referring to the weather that we had, which was really like hurricane-ish, then tornado-ish, a little bit of all of that?
Yeah.
B, are you talking about the messiness of the house last week because like the kids were here and school got canceled a couple times and stuff like that, so it was just a rough house cleanliness week, so a la that hurricane? Or are you talking about hurricane our marriage because we was into it last week?
Ooh.
So when you say hurricane, what is the proverbial hurricane that you're speaking of?
Well, I mean, I was really speaking on the weather.
Okay.
Like the hurricane, tornado, tsunami situation that we had like 3 days in a row last week.
Oh, okay. So we'll just move on then.
No. But now that you mention hurricane marriage, yeah, that was live in effect also.
It was a rough week.
Yeah, it was rough.
It never had to transpire as many days as it did. Yes. That's the biggest thing. I don't like when you're into
when
it.
That happens.
A lot of times, so it's stubbornness, right? That's what you and I've called it. A big part of it is stubbornness.
Correct,
like when you want to, because sometimes you do just kind of want to be in your feelings and keep it parked right there.
Yeah.
I'm upset. We're going to park the car right here
ain't
for
no
a little bit.
tonight.
Yeah, there's no movement. So sometimes, and that's human nature.
Right.
But it can go on for too long.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think the biggest thing is when it goes on over nothing. And this time, this should have been a 5-minute disagreement between you and I.
Yeah. It definitely should have been 5 minutes or less.
For
sure.
Yeah. It should not have lasted. At absolute worst, the house could have been quiet for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we should have been like, because it was really petty.
Yeah.
But we held on to it. It rolled through a weekend, and it affected our recording schedule. Because one thing about you and I aren't that couple that can hide their energy.
Oh yeah.
We haven't learned how to do that. Yes. And this is way deeper than just like this show. The show is the newest thing we've added to that.
Yeah.
But we've been on, remember we were into it on a double date before?
Oh, that was so dumb.
Gosh, why didn't we just cancel?
That was so dumb because we knew better.
We don't do.
That was embarrassing.
That was embarrassing. We don't do.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, you and I are not good with, because other couples can mask it.
Yeah.
They can tuck it away. They can lock it in a box and go do what they have to do.
Yeah.
But when you and I aren't right, it ain't no coming back from that.
There is no coming back from it because you and I, we kind of like poke with each
Yes,
other
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily like having these deep, long, whatever conversations, but because we have worked from home
Yes.
together for the past 3 years, we have really made an effort to like get along
Yes.
and be in a good space with each other,
Yeah.
right? Like we put the work in for that.
Yep.
So for us to, put the work in and, kind of build this camaraderie, not just a marriage like husband and wife, but like friendship, camaraderie the way we have.
Right.
And then for it to all crumble, it's just quiet.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really
not
tough
fun.
for us. It's not fun.
It makes for a very quiet, you and I work day.
Yeah. When you and I are in a good place, our home has a rhythm to it. It has a beat.
It has a beat.
And when you and I are not good, that beat like takes off running.
It
like
takes off running.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's just not fun.
Yeah.
I honestly, it's just I hate when you and I are in that space, like not talking, it's just a quiet. We don't have anything to say to each other.
Yeah.
It's just more like courtesy talk.
Yeah.
And it's I hate it.
Yeah, it's not good. So I the lesson, there's a ton of lessons to be learned from this one. One of the biggest ones that I'm taking away is you and I had got a little cocky.
Yeah.
Because we were or a little confident. Maybe not cocky, but for sure confident.
Arrogance.
Maybe there was a little marriage arrogance. Because I think even on a couple episodes, we were like high-fiving each other at how good we were doing and stuff like that. And then, you have a bump in the road. And then that's when you realize, like,
we're still human.
Yeah, we're not, like, we weren't flying this because in my opinion, one of the things that I learned during our marriage is quiz us in times of like when we're clashing.
Yeah.
Like that's more of an accurate, you and I love to high five each other when we on calm seas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like how we handled the rough water, is what we need to be graded by. And that's the thing that this reminded me again. It's like, man, we were a little puffing our chest like, oh, we good. We don't be into it. Yeah. And then we were into it.
Nothing going
and
on,
we were whacked. Yeah. We were whacked. Yeah, our energy was whacked.
Of course, we weren't into it. There was nothing to be into it about. We didn't have any type of conflict that we had to navigate through. And so once we did, we failed a little bit.
Yeah, that was it.
We failed a little bit, but we're back. And the good thing about marriage, I would say, is that you have the opportunity to do it better next time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk about episode 5 now, because we've been going and going. We kind of healed us. We had our therapy.
Sorry.
And so, no, it's okay. It's a part of it. So, and, we want to be transparent.
For sure.
To our friends and to our followers and all those sorts of things. But this episode is special for me because I signed my first sponsorship deal last week. Yeah. I'm sponsored.
Sponsorship.
I'm locked in with the good folks over at Daddy and Sense.
Thank you, Daddy and Sense. I love the way the sponsorship works.
Yeah. So they reached out. My guy Darian over at Daddy and Sense reached out. He champions fathers. He's a father himself. He's he's in the co-parenting situation, and then he has blended a family as well. And so, and he's doing a fantastic job. And I love their family. Love what they have. And he reached out and he said, "T, I'm rocking with what you guys doing on the show.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we've watched a couple episodes already together, and we having conversations. Yeah, for sure. And so he said, how can we incorporate Daddy and Sense? What can I do? Because I know you're a dad. I know you're a proud father like I am. And so he sent over the cool dads.
It looks nice too.
It's,
in real life.
I really got it on.
Life. Yeah, he do got it on, and it fits really. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The socks.
You
you know the socks. I'm cool dads club down to my socks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not new to it.
You true to it.
Yeah, that's it.
No, for real, you are true to it. You are a phenomenal dad.
Yes.
And you have been since before you and I got into this relationship, this marriage and all of that. So this is great.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you for securing a sponsorship for our show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy and Sense, for reaching out and I'm assuming that there's gonna be some type of
You're gonna see more. You're gonna
collabs
see
and
collaborations. You're
okay,
gonna see. We're working on some events already. We're already talking about a ton of things. So
okay.
I'm excited for where this is gonna go. This is not just me throwing on the sweats and calling it a day.
Oh yeah, for
This is
sure.
gonna be a partnership. We're
We
gonna work
already know
together
how
on
you
some
do,
things. Yeah.
boo. Yeah, we know how you do. It
So
ain't yeah.
it's great, man. I'm excited. So appreciate everybody over at Daddy and Sense. And for those that are tuning into this episode this week and this week only, what's Friday's date? So today is what, the 5th?
Today is the 6th.
Today's the 6th. I'm on a panel on Daddy and Sense on the 7th, Tuesday the 7th at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm on the panel. So I'll be speaking on his Instagram, on his IG Live. And then also, if you go to the Daddy and Sense website, anything you order this week up until Friday at midnight, use code TeeLarge10 and we giving you a discount. Courtesy of myself. I'm taking care of it. I'm adding a discount onto the Daddy and Sense website, TeeLarge10 all week. That's your promo code. Go shop right now. Go now.
That is so cool. I always wanted a promo code.
Yeah.
With, my name or something.
It's gonna happen.
In it. So that's what's up. Okay, so is there a mommy incense? Is that a thing?
I'm hoping there will be. Yeah, we're gonna speak that into existence. Yeah, mommy incense is coming.
I like
yeah.
sweats too.
Speaking of mommy incense, we got to go to break, and when we come back from break, we got to talk about parenting, which is what this episode is about.
We have to get into this parenting.
We're going to talk about
we have a couple questions we have for each other. The story of how you became a father.
Yeah.
The relationships that you have with their kids' mothers.
Yes.
All of that. So we'll get into that when we come back.
All right, we're excited, and we'll see y'all on the other side. Peace. What do you be doing?
Remember the kids used to...
What do you be doing?
What dance is that? I can't remember. Okay, so welcome back, guys.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Explain to the people, or you start off explaining to the people our family dynamic.
Okay, great. All right, so you and I have been, you've been in our lives for 6 years now, since 2016, and so. Really, we've been married since 2018, so you've really been in that bonus mom capacity officially since 2018 to our 3 children that we co-parent. So we have Maya and Tyler. Maya is 17. Tyler is 14. They have the same mother. I was never married to their mother, but we dated for a long time.
Right.
And then Kaden, my 12-year-old, I was married to her mother for a quick second, and unfortunately that didn't work out. So we do week on, week off co-parenting with the mothers of my children. So the kids hit our house on every other Monday, and they're with us for 7 days, and then they leave to go to school, and that starts the mom week, and so and then they're there for 7 days. So it's a great situation that works out for us all. But before I kind of dive too far in that, I definitely want to acknowledge my oldest daughter, who is nearing her 18th birthday. She lives with her mother and with, by all accounts, her father. I mean, he's been in her life since she was 5 or 6 years old. So as far as I'm concerned, that's her, her dad. And due the distance, I'm in a co-parenting capacity or a second tier capacity there. But I love her and miss her, and things aren't great right now. They haven't been for a few years now. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity to fix things and to heal and to make the necessary changes. So I'm looking forward. Hopefully these YouTube videos reach you and things like that. Yeah, so do I. And if you happen to tune in and you come across this episode, just let you know that I love you tremendously. My phone is open and ready, and I'll take a DM, a text, or whatever, and just start to rebuild you and I. So want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, shout out to you, Boo, for continuing to fight for that.
Yeah,
like you said, it's been a shaky couple of years.
Yes,
but shout out to you for continuing to reach out and do those things you do to let her know that you still care about her, you still love her, you still think about her constantly, and hopefully, as she grows into her adult years, she'll take up the opportunity to, hear your side and understand your side as to why things are the way they are.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think
Yeah.
that I think the next year or so is going to be really big.
Yeah.
She just signed with a college recently to play basketball.
Awesome.
So I'm super excited about that, and I look forward to traveling and popping up at some games and things like that, and just trying to do whatever I can do to rebuild things.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited. Listen to Axel.
She over there eating up a storm, man.
Sorry, y'all. If y'all hear some rattling and crunching and stuff going on in the back.
Axel, our golden doodle, decided he was hungry right in the middle of the episode.
Right.
This is really, and we've said this before on here, but Axel does not like when we record. He can't stand it.
He does not
and
like
so he's at this new thing where he's kind of like trying to be a distraction on purpose. And scene and cue.
Yeah.
He popped
He's
it.
like, I'm here, guys.
I'm here, guys. I'm here.
Right.
And cue.
Hey,
And cue.
Axel. Okay, so anyway, back to our, our discussion here. Okay,
Sure.
so tell me, how does it feel to be in the parenting situation that you're in? Three children. We'll say that you're actively parenting.
Sure.
3 children and 2 mothers. How was that?
Yeah,
How was that?
It sucks. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It sucks. It's never anything. I don't ever want to high five having to be in this situation.
Yeah.
You make the best of it and you work hard at it, but it's like let's not make any mistakes. The way is to be in a committed relationship in a 2-parent household and things like that. There are gems. There's things that only a child can get from that 2-parent household, seeing 2 people at one time coexist, cohabitate, and all the things that you get there. So
Yeah.
it sucks. My children have done the absolute best that they can do given the circumstances.
Super resilient,
They
I
are
would
very
say so.
resilient. They've adjusted quite well. If you ask our children, they'll tell you that they couldn't even see me being with their mothers.
Yeah.
And they've said it to us multiple times.
Yeah.
They've said it over there. Like, I don't like, because the kids have a front row seat. They're with
yeah.
us 7 days.
Yeah.
Then they're over there 7 days.
Yeah.
And so they very much can be like, man, I never could see y'all working. And I think it's evidenced by the fact that everybody, specifically speaking here locally,
Yeah.
me and the 2 mothers of my children, they are infinitely happier with who they're with now
Yeah.
than they ever were with me.
And I'm sure they remember that.
and-
the children remember that.
Yes, yeah. And sometimes it just ain't it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just like you don't need to try to, because a lot of times we rush to define something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just wasn't it.
And that's okay.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And it's okay. I'm a strong believer that, a lot of times parents use the excuse, well, I stay for my kids.
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer that sometimes it's best for your kids if the parents just get on and
Absolutely.
go start a new life, as far as marriage wise.
Yeah.
And just starting over and being happy that way, as opposed to you staying for me, but y'all miserable and fighting and cussing and whatever else is going on all the time.
Absolutely. I've
Yeah.
used the analogy before, and I realize this, and these are only things that you realize when you go through it.
Yeah.
In those 2, let's say I was going to jump off a building, right?
Yeah.
Let's skyscraper. I was going to set some type of record to do something. Both of them collectively, separately, when I was in relationships with them, would have made sure that the TV cameras was present. They would have made sure the Guinness Book of Records people were present. They would have made sure I had a meal prepared. They would have made sure the cushion landing, that all the things. They would have made sure all of those things were taken care of. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because for many people, that is great.
Right.
That is great. But I didn't value that. I wanted somebody very much like you that just said, oh, like if I walk in the room and say, hey, I'm jumping off the Empire State Building tomorrow or whatever, and you going to be like, we jumping off the Empire State Building. You going to make sure we take lessons.
Yeah.
Okay. You going to make sure we sign up we going to sign the waiver and we going to go through the class, but you're jumping off the building with me.
Correct.
And that is, when people ask me kind of what's the difference, that's the difference. I needed somebody that was going to be that partner in crime with me.
Yeah.
I needed that, and I value that, and that's no disrespect because to that other way, because for tons of people that's the better way.
Oh yeah, you're
Let
just
me,
speaking for you.
yeah. But for me, I needed
Yeah.
somebody that was like, no, we jumping. I'm gonna make sure we sign up for the class.
Yeah, we not
But
just
yeah,
jumping blind.
Yeah,
right
you're not letting me jump
not
blind.
doing that.
Yeah, but yeah, you're in that with me, and so
Yeah.
there's the kind of the dichotomy there of you like how I slid that word in there. I pray to God I used it correctly.
Dichotomy,
I-
yeah. You
but
used it right.
But I think that the kids see that.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I think the kids have learned and they see something special with you and I and what we have. And I hope that when they're with their mothers on their week, that they also see something special there.
For sure.
And so that's kind of my thoughts.
Yeah, I would say my thoughts as far as, coming into this situation with you having multiple, mothers involved. It was just kind of a toss up for me.
Okay.
Like I said before, I had never been in a situation where I dated a man with kids, so I didn't really know what to expect.
Okay.
I've seen people successfully co-parent where, the dad is over here single or married or whatever. The mom is over here single or married, and the only thing that they talk about are their joint kids that they have together.
Oh, okay.
I've also seen situations where, the man is remarried and happy, the wife is remarried, or the mom is remarried and happy, and then they still coming together and got an arrangement and an understanding this type of stuff. And that was, I'm not going to say worrisome, because I didn't spend a whole bunch of time just, oh my gosh, I hope that's not happening. But it's just not something I wanted to entertain.
Right.
I just didn't want any parts of it. I did not, and I made it very clear to you that, hey, I know you have children. I know there's more than one mother, or it don't matter how many mamas it is. If this is what you're doing, respectfully leave me alone.
Yep. And that was your like boots to the ground, hard line.
Yeah, coming out the gate.
Yeah, and then mine was just mine was two-parted. One, if you're going to be here, you got to go all in. Like, I want you, every year, you're in the conversation of being bonus mom of the year. I want you in the MVP race every year as a bonus mom. Right. I don't want you halfway in it or whatever. I want you all the way in. That was part one. And then but the other side of that coin is, if you ever decided it was not for you, you could walk away clean. Yeah. I wasn't going to hold you up. I wasn't going to beg. We wasn't going to fight. We wasn't going to be into it. If you ever came to me and said, Travis, I can't be bonus mom anymore, then I was going to respectfully allow you to keep moving. Yeah. It wasn't going to be a lot of dilly. It was all right. You know, and that's it. Because, and that's just me as a father and as a bonus father. I just look through the lens of, I have to do this. I have a job and a responsibility to my children that no matter what, because you do see men have whole breakdowns, or women have whole breakdowns post breakup, or all of these sorts of things. Yeah. And I just decided I was never going to be that guy. Like, so I want you and I love you and you mean the world to me. And I mean that. And I want to say that before everybody on the internet. You mean the world to me.
Everybody.
But if you woke up tomorrow and said, hey, I don't want to be bonus mom no more, Trav, I'm out. It ain't nothing, all right, we'll see you later. Yeah. Because, and that's just, there is a gate around just that is the one solitary section of my heart that there is a gate around. And it's for my own sanity. Yeah. Because the kids are still going to need me 2 days from now. Right. I can't afford for you to leave tomorrow and me break down and then them not get what they need. Absolutely. And so that's the only reason. But I was honest with you about that.
No, you were honest about it. And I agree with you. Life has to go on. Life has
to go on.
Yeah, regardless, life has to go on. So we are in agreement that, hey, this is what you feel strongly about day one. And this is what I feel about too. So we were on the same page.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you really have complemented our children's lives? Where did you feel like you came in and like, show me your fruit?
I think for me, it was just very important that I come in just being myself. Okay. I don't want to be like a woman version of dad. Okay. I didn't want to try to be their mom's 2.0. And luckily for me, I did not know their moms prior to, dating you and getting to know you. So I didn't really have anything to compare myself to.
Gotcha.
But I just wanted to be myself. And exude those things that are important to me.
Okay.
I'm super pro black.
Okay.
So I want the kids to, we gonna talk about Black history.
Yeah.
We gonna know these random Black statistics that's going on. Like we're gonna discuss Black things, Black culture, Black music, like all of that, Black news. Black History Month beyond February, we go into these museums. Like all of that was important to me. Dad is super fun and spontaneous. I'm more structured.
Ooh.
I'm organized.
Yes.
I thrive in that.
Yes.
I thrive in that. So yeah, for me, I just wanted to come in and do the things that came natural to me. Be strong in those areas and show the kids that it's okay to be both.
Yeah, I think you've complimented the children in so many ways. Both my daughters are more confident.
Yeah.
They've learned some things from you there. They both they are collectively. We've all benefited from you love to say pro black. I'm what it is I'm rooting for everybody black. I want us to do well. I want us to be okay. I want us to succeed. I want us to make it. Yeah. So we've benefited from that energy. Mm-hmm. But I want to talk about in a way me and the kids did not benefit, and that was when you shut them out of the bedroom.
Ooh,
and
adjustment for y'all. Y'all still adjusting.
We're still adjusting. We're still 6 years later. We still going through it.
Y'all still going through it.
Yeah. So let me explain. All right. So you had a couple changes that you needed right off the bat, because you and I we started dating. We started dating in October of 2016.
Right.
You first came and stayed with me in March of 2017.
Right.
You stayed, and then we moved in together in May of 2017.
Right.
So it happened really fast.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that was the right thing. It was right for us.
Yeah.
Let's say that. It was right for us.
Yeah.
And it worked out for us. But because you came in super fast, you came in with a couple things. Hey, here's what I need. And you said right off the bat, our bedroom is a safe space for us only.
Yes.
Because the kids and I,
my open door policy.
We had an open door policy to Dad's bedroom.
Yes.
The kids could come lay across my bed any minute of any day. If they want to stay the night, we would sleep across the bed, all that sort of stuff, and stuff. But you said I need one room that I don't have to share.
Yeah.
And that was hard for us when you booted the babies out. I can tell you so many times. No, because you booted the kids out.
So bad, Travis.
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay, go off.
They was we just we used to when, like, you would be gone to work, and we would stand at my bedroom door, and we would just look in and be like, remember we used to lay across the bed and play checkers? We play Uno in Dad's bed, all that type of stuff, man. And because I didn't really have a lot of ladies in the house with the kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, like that last, like, Dad is doing him season, I was kind of a different guy. You can't really factor the back and forth when I was kind of going back and forth with their mothers or anything like that. But like the Dad season, when Dad had his apartment in down South Huntsville, that chapter of us, the apartment was just kind of our space until you kind of came rolling in with 2 duffel bags and told them to get out of.
You love to listen how you paint me.
No. I respect it. I respect it. What was, that was just important to you.
Yeah, it's important to me. I think especially at that time we were in a small space. Yeah. And I just needed a spot where I could go and close the door. Okay. And take a woosah moment. Okay. And so that was it. It wasn't meant to be, and I know you're just joking, but it wasn't like to create any type of division or anything like that. I just think, adult needs. It was fair.
It was fair.
Yeah, I think it was just fair.
It sucked for us because we were operating Dad. Like, I had an open door policy.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, the girls would come in there and lay across Dad's bed. Now, one thing we never laid in the bed. Like, what am I supposed to say? Not vertical, but like facing the head, like the way normal we always laid.
Vertical.
Yeah, that was dad. That was my rule. If I was laying in the bed with my kids, we were laying left to right. We were laying horizontal. Across the bed.
Yeah.
And so, there's a lot of reasons. I just, just wanted to, I always made sure that. But then for another reason, it made it more room. You know what I'm saying? We could all lay across our little lanes and it was a good thing. So, but I respected it and it was okay. It was okay. It's now we're going through it. It's so crazy because they're 17, 14, and 12 now.
Yeah.
And they're going through a run right now because they knock on the door as like they've been doing for 6 years, but then we come in and they be all in the room.
Oh yeah,
now.
They don't just kind of step in. We say come in and they're like standing at the side of the bed, like sitting on the nightstand.
The better part of the last 6 years, when we say come in our room, they take one step inside the doorway. But here the last few months, it has been like come in and then they literally walk around the bed. They lean up against the nightstand like you too deep in the room.
Yeah. It's just different because they haven't been doing that. So it's like,
it's interesting kind of how
y'all been here for real.
Yes, yeah. They Caden was sitting on the edge of the bed the other day.
Just like, okay.
Yeah, so it's an adjustment, but it's good.
So tell me how you think your parenting style has changed. Since you and I have been together. We've talked about, the closed door policy and what I kind of enforce, but how have you changed your parenting style?
Wow.
In the past 6 years.
Yeah, so I'm a more organized parent. I'm a more, since you and I have been together, I'm more, I had to step up in areas of conversation because you're really good at remembering information. And so, I was realizing that I didn't remember whose name it was that had did X, Y, and Z last week at school. Yeah. And I still to this day try to leave those type of things for you and the kids to bond over. But I did need to get a little bit better at investing in the kids into what was going on in their lives.
Oh, yeah.
If they were willing to share it, to be able to ask questions and to learn what was going on and things like that. So that was an area of improvement that I've since being with you. And then also just the structure. We never had a grocery list before you. We just used to go to the grocery store 4 times a week. We would go for dinner that night. I would pick the kids up from school and then we would shoot to Kroger and we would figure out what we wanted for dinner. I'd come home and cook it and we'd do whatever. And then you came in and you said, hey guys, we're going to, on Tuesdays, we do turn in your groceries list because I'm going, and then boom, we've got groceries the rest of the week and all those sorts of things. Yeah. So that's kind of that's an adjustment. That's a good adjustment because it was a headache.
I'm sure. Yeah. Going to the grocery store every day.
Yeah, that was our thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to start that up now and go back to the grocery store.
No.
You probably wouldn't know where nothing was in a grocery store.
I'd be so lost in the grocery store. Yeah, so lost.
That's not your lane.
I'm just not good at it. But I'm not good at it from the standpoint of it's an exciting place for me. There's so much stuff. The grocery store fires my ADHD like bing, 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 bing,
yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many choices, there's so many decisions to be made and all those sorts of things. So yeah.
And so for me, because there's so much stuff in there, it's like, okay, I have my list. Every now and then I might venture off like, they got a new brand of this. Let me try that. But I have a list. Okay, check. Like I'm out of there.
You don't even like going to the grocery store with me because you like to do an order on which aisles and which section. You start off here, you end up there. Yeah. But me, I'm just sitting there. I'm just crisscrossing and hanging out.
Crisscrossing and hanging out and stuff be done thawed out because we done went to the lawn service area. Something I don't know. It just be all over the place. Right. So yeah, there is a certain order that I like.
You don't put popsicles in the cart first.
You don't
as soon as you get
first.
There. Why do I do? I don't know. Because that's what I'm excited about. Let me get my ice cream out the way.
Exactly. No, you go on the other side first, get all that stuff, then come to the grocery.
I hear you.
Yeah, but you have no plans of doing this. I know what that means.
Was there ever a moment in being bonus mom where you did it ever almost stir something or awaken something or unlock some door? Were you ever like, oh, okay, all right, I guess not. No, it's okay. It's fair.
No.
Okay. So you love what you do.
Yes.
But it never stirred up any little maybe I could just, never nothing like that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, to answer your question, it's like, oh, I see a little baby. I'm like, oh, little baby's so cute.
Yeah.
But it just not in me in that way.
Okay.
No.
Because our original agreement, I was 35 when we met, and I said, "Hey, you've got no pressure. You've got until I turn 40 to decide if you do kind of want to take a step back, and I'd be willing to do that with you." And so, you had all of 5 years. Then we got to 40, and I had the itch.
Yeah.
And you was like, no, I still don't have it. And then I said, okay, 41. And then I turned 41 and my clock shut down. Like I was like, no,
your clock shut down.
Yeah, no.
You did go through a little itch phase one time.
I did. Right around 40, I had an itch to for us to have a child.
Yeah, you
and
did.
You wasn't rocking with it.
No.
But you're right. We couldn't go back. We were Pampers, diapers, all the step one stuff. I mean, our youngest is 12.
Right.
And even on the wrong day, she tried to act 16.
Right.
So yes. So we almost up out of there. So going back to 0 is not for us.
Yeah, I would say not. No.
I got a partner I just saw on Facebook. He's got a freshman in college, and they just went back to a newborn. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He's got a freshman. He's got a freshman in college, and he is now back to diapers and Pampers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I always thought so. I have 2 brothers.
Okay.
But the brother that I was raised in the same household with, he is 10 years older than me. And I always thought that was wild.
Oh,
wow, what was my mama thinking when she had Corey and then she had me 10 whole years later? But your friend, so that's what, like 18, 17?
Yeah.
19,
That's
something
a
like
lot.
that year difference? Woo, I can't even imagine.
The interesting thing about being a dad and co-parenting is just the constant, it's the unselfishness. And that took me a long time to learn. Because I wanted to be selfish for a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. I wanted to be fun dad. And even now, sometimes I still get guilty of that. But the week on, week off co-parenting kind of prevents that.
Yeah.
But before we were doing week on, week off, I was doing, just kind of dad days whenever.
Yeah.
And not contributing financially the way you need to, and all of those sorts of things. And so the thing that the most important thing is, it is a full-time, every category job.
Yeah.
Being a co-parent. And a lot of times, guys, I think we leave the majority of the heavy lifting for the woman.
Yeah.
And then we just like to pop in with a new pair of Jordans, or pop in with this, or pop in with that. And it's just not good enough. You've got to get active in every facet of your child's life.
For sure.
And then another thing, you've got to understand that your child needs different things at different ages. And that's something that you and I are both going through now with pivoting how we co-parent, because we can't, Maya's 17 now. We can't parent her the same way we did when she was 12, when you first came in, and all those sorts of things. And so just kind of adjusting that also is something that I think about, how it's just a nonstop cycle. Being a parent, like a fully invested parent. There's ways to be a crappy parent. There's a ton of easy ways to be a crappy parent. But being a full-time committed parent, it is roll up your sleeves. You really don't have a day off, because even we have 7 days off.
Yeah.
But we talk to the kids every day.
Yeah, I've talked to Maya twice today.
Yes.
So,
And this is day 1 of Mom Week.
And this is day 1 of Mom Week, and I've talked to her twice. So but a lot of the same work ethic that you need for parenting, you also need for marriage life also.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Parenting is 24/7, 7 days a week, 365.
Yes.
Just like, if you want your marriage to thrive and be well,
absolutely,
you definitely have to put in the work.
Okay.
I mean, you and I say that all the time, but it's 100% true.
It is.
You have to put in the work. So I'm just glad that bringing this all together full circle. I am glad that Daddy and Sense is out there to show that dad perspective of how much of a grind, but also how fulfilling, how enjoyable it is to be a parent, specifically a dad. And I'm glad that, he chose you to be a representation of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is no better choice.
All right. So as we as we close out the episode, I thought it would be a good idea to give each other our flowers to discuss me complimenting you on Bonus Mom and what I feel like you do right, and kind of give you your flowers publicly. And then you also, give me a few sentences on TeeLarge, the dad. And, maybe to those that don't know, because I am very transparent on my social media, but maybe you can share something that, like something else that maybe people don't know about, So, but I'll go first. I, I, I mean, you were the perfect person to step in and compliment me and who I am as father to my children. The order that you've brought to their lives, the information, the conversations that you have with the children. You're more detail oriented, so you can keep up with what goes on in the sixth grade with Caden, and what goes on in eighth grade with Tyler, and what goes on in high school with Maya, and all those sorts of things. And so I've had to step up in that area and remember keywords, names, phrases, all those sorts of things, because you're so good and you at one point you were just whooping my butt at that. So I appreciate that, because that's value. The kids want to feel like we're invested in their story too, because they meet so many of our friends, and they have to go here and have to go there and things like that. So when they do share things with us about what goes on in their lives, being able to remember stuff and call on things and create conversation with them. So I appreciate that. And then just generally, the girls, a lot of little things that they've learned from you, I've seen, because it was just a mess when it was just Dad's house. You know what I'm saying?
It was different, for sure.
And so some of the areas that you've brought in and taught the girls how to be young ladies and how to navigate certain things, conversate, all the sorts.
Yeah.
I really appreciate. And even with Tyler, because it's tough, a man trying to raise a young man, and there's pressures on a father and son relationship that only dads out there understand. And so you've helped Tyler and I navigate those waters too, and while encouraging him to be the best young man, and also encouraging him to look at me as and pulling the gems and things like that, and then encouraging me to look at my son, because Tyler and I are polar opposite in a lot of areas. And so you've helped us both to see certain things in one another that we can benefit from.
Nice.
And so, like how observant Tyler is, and he catches everything. I love the fact that Tyler's sense of humor is blossoming on the low. It's a really dry, it's so crazy, because I love The Office and I love some of those type of things.
Yes.
And Tyler's coming in with this dry, quick-witted humor, and so it's a ton of fun to see his personality.
His delivery is awesome
and his comedic delivery is really good too. Yeah. Now I don't want him to be no class clown like I was, but he's got it. He's got it. So so I just appreciate the energy that you've brought to the kids' lives, and I'm extremely thankful for that.
Oh, thank you. This was unexpected flowers. So thank you. I appreciate that. For me, I would say that, like, you are super involved with your children. I mean, showing up for them any and everywhere. If Maya's volunteering somewhere, you show up and just, popping your head in. Dad is here.
Yeah.
Dad is here. If she's at work, we go see her at work. We go buy, whatever she's selling at work. So that's good.
I had to go shake the manager's hand the other day.
You definitely make sure that you show up.
You gonna know.
I'm Maya Large's dad.
I am him.
I am him. This is my family. These are her siblings. This is my wife. Like, we in here. So I definitely appreciate that. But not only do I appreciate it, and I feel like, when the kids replay their lives and see, I remember when Dad, came and met my manager.
Yeah.
I remember when Dad used to show up at my, I'm trying to get community volunteer hours, and he used to show up there. I'm going to remember when Dad took me to visit HBCU college campuses, across the South. Stuff like that. You're super involved. You show up on Saturday mornings with Tyler at karate. You are a model for Caden's art class.
Yeah.
And then, the kids come and help you, hang TVs and stuff like that too. So it's just a lot of time being spent doing various things, not all fun stuff.
I'm not a social media father.
You are not a social media.
Okay, I just wanted to get that clear. I wanted to get that clear. I'm not a social media. I post a lot of pictures on there, and I show my family off, but I'm not a social media dad.
A million more pictures that you could be posting of not just fun stuff. Like, I want to put emphasis on that. You are not just like a fun dad.
Right.
Like, our thing that we decided early is that we wanted to expose the kids to different things, different situations, different places, all of that. And so I feel like you do a wonderful job of just exposing them to different surroundings, but also showing them that you're present.
Okay.
I just know that when they get older and look back, if they don't remember anything else, they're going to remember Dad was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was
thank
there.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it. But right now, you want to know what I appreciate?
What?
We're going to turn these cameras off because we don't have no kids tonight. We don't have no kids for the next 6 nights. But tonight, number one night, you know, we're going to have a little us time, okay? We didn't did enough talking about children. It's time to get into some adult stuff. Turn the lights down.
Turn off the lights.
Get involved.
Light a candle.
No, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, let's go. And more importantly, my stomach about to growl.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. We still haven't eaten dinner yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
All these YouTube shows, man, they had no dinner around here. So,
here we go.
No.
Here
All
we go.
I'm finna start getting serious now.
We about to be into it.
No. All right, guys, that's us, man. I am TeeLarge.
And I am Ashley.
And this is Small Talking with the Largest. Peace.